Sheesh, so I haven't heard something like this in a while. Apparently Shonen Jump ain't playing anymore. Apparently Shonen Jump has had enough of people playing with their time, people playing with their money, people playing with their patience, and in general, people playing with the good name of Weekly Shonen Jump and all things surrounding, because yeah, it seems as though they went after a fan that was playing around with too much of their time and money, and things is looking cray cray. Because yo dog, when you got Shonen Jump going after people and getting people arrested and stuff like that, like yo, what we doing here, fam? Talk to me, yo dog. No, seriously, when I read this I was kind of like, hey, it's getting a little bit intense here, isn't it? It's getting a little bit scary now when Shonen Jump is fighting back at this type of capacity. But we also got other stories in this episode, like the update on the My Hero Academia author's new work, Don't Laugh Shijima. We got some of his comments and a bunch of different insights into this whole thing. Like, this is a very big deal. This is a new work from the creator of one of the biggest manga of all time, My Hero Academia. We got some updates in the world of Bleach regarding its anniversary and the celebration and what they're going to be putting out. We also got stuff in the world of solo leveling. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Without further ado, let's jump into another exciting episode of Forever News. Yeah, let's do this thing, shall we?
I was lost then, but now I found me. And others lost me, 'cause they can help. All I want is you. All I want is you.
And before we continue, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell to get all notifications. I got you covered in the world of anime and manga. If you hit them buttons, notifications, check the channel frequently. We upload damn near daily at this point. We got you covered. Let's go. Okay, people, so first story of the episode. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of a little leery on whether or not I would cover this because it's a very heavy subject, so to speak. It's something very much so that I was kind of like, oh damn, because you hear oftentimes of Shonen Jump lets people get away with quite a bit, right? They let people get away with a lot, some might say. You know what I'm saying? They let people get away with disrespect on the good name of Shonen Jump. They let people get away with, for years and years and years, basically pirating the content and, you know, misusing the IP. They let people get away with so much stuff that when you actually hear a story about something like this, it almost seems as though something somewhere really teed off Shonen Jump to finally be like, yo, we gonna get petty for a moment. You know what I'm saying? We gonna get petty for a moment. We gotta do this right here, right now, because this right here story is kind of cray-cray. Because apparently, Weekly Shonen Jump went after a fan that's been playing around regarding orders and doing all sorts of really, honestly, from what I've heard, just kind of dumb things, and it probably leads into potentially addiction or something. Let's read this article because it's madness, to say the least. Anime fan arrested for ordering and canceling over 4.3 billion yen in anime merchandise. And this article is by, is it Casey or Cassie? Say it either way. Basil and Sora News 24. Isn't Sora AI? I don't know. Tokyo. As any hardcore fan can tell you, anime and manga can be a pricey hobby. Sure, the proliferation of video streaming services and digital reader apps means the content itself is much more affordable than it used to be, but the modern otaku merchandising industry is more robust than ever, with an endless flow of figures, plushies, character standees, and more for fans to covet. This brings us to a 32-year-old restaurant worker living in Osaka's Kita ward who, in a statement to the police, said, "I like anime," and has the numerical data to back it up. Over a roughly 2-year period beginning around October 2023, she ordered more than 4.3 billion yen worth of items from manga publisher Shueisha's Jump character store on 2,000 occasions. 2,000 occasions? Oh my goodness, whoa! If you're wondering how she managed to pay for all that merch on what's assumedly a modest food service worker's salary, the answer is that she didn't. Wait a minute. Don't tell me that she was scamming. Don't tell me that she was utilizing nefarious methods to get access to things that she shouldn't have access to. No! That's not to say that the woman, Mayu Yoshida, stole anything. Instead, she placed the orders but never paid for or took delivery of the items. She did this through 2 methods, the first of which involved exploiting Japan's convenience store prepayment system. For shoppers who either don't have a credit card or don't want to carry a balance on it, many online retailers in Japan allow customers to place an order but pay for it at a convenience store, with sellers shipping the item once payment has been confirmed. There's a limit though to how much time is allowed to pass between the order's placement and payment, after which the order will be canceled. So Yoshida would order figures, keychains, and other items through the Jump character shop, select the convenience store prepayment method, and just never actually go to pay for them. Between 2024 and 2025, she placed orders with a total bill of over 4.3 billion yen this way. Oh my god, how much is 4.3 billion yen? Her second strategy was to order items from the Jump character shop and select the cash on delivery payment method, wherein the recipient renders payment to the delivery person. In these instances, Yoshida will refuse delivery and therefore not pay for the things she ordered. It's unclear what the total value was for the order she refused delivery of, but you have to wonder if any delivery person got tired of coming to her house again and again. As a major online retailer, the Jump character store likely has protocols in place to flag orders from shoppers who habitually cancel or refuse delivery of their orders. But Yoshida got around these safeguards by creating 238 different customer accounts and hopping from one to another. Yo, this person is nuts. This person is crazy. And you probably look at this person and be like, no, this person is normal, you know what I'm saying? A regular schmegular, average Joe type of person. And then you see this 238 different accounts hopping. What? However, just because she wasn't keeping any of the items without paying for them doesn't make this a no harm, no foul situation. By not paying for the COD items, she also wasn't paying for the shipping charges, leaving Shueisha with a cumulative bill of approximately 7.5 million yen in fees for items sent to her, which they had to be returned. There's also restocking and order processing costs involved, all of which were enough for the police to arrest Yoshida on charges of fraudulent obstruction of business, which she had admitted to on August 4th. The repeated targeting of the Jump character store might make it seem like she has a bone to pick with the manga magazine or its publisher, but that's actually not the case. I have been feeling stressed from daily life, and I felt a sense of satisfaction and refreshment from ordering items before they sold out, said Yoshida following her arrest. I do not have any resentment towards Shueisha. A particularly bittersweet aspect to the situation is that Yoshida had previously been a legitimate paying customer with the Jump character store, placing her first order in the fall 2018. Hopefully once her legal situation is sorted out, she'll be able to return to a more responsible form of fandom. And hearing this story, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm just gonna give it from this person right here's perspective. Don't waste people's time. And I'm saying people, but obviously corporations, businesses, whatever, but I'm gonna just say it the way I want to say it. Don't waste people's time. Don't waste people's money. Don't make people think that you're interested in whether it be a purchase or whatever the case may be. Don't make people think that you're interested, but you're actually just leading them on and playing games. Like, at the end of the day, this person got what was coming to them. You wanted to waste Jump's time. You wanted to waste Jump's resources, their money, you know what I'm saying? Having them have all of these extra headaches and whatnot, the restocking or whatever the case may be. And now you got what was coming to you. You wanted to think that you was going to kind of get away with how you was maneuvering, and you didn't. They got you red-handed, and now you must pay for what you've done. Now, I'm not saying put this person in jail or anything like that, but you know, sometimes you got to get a little, how the Hispanic people be saying, a tate quieto. Sometimes you got to get a tate quieto right there. That's what we call it over here, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to get a little bit of that ass whooping, so to speak, so that you understand you don't play with people like this. You don't play with entities like this, especially a giant corporation like Shueisha, Shonen Jump. These are people that their pockets is so fat. Like, maybe the authors, and even some of the authors are very, very well off, but maybe the authors aren't at that level, but there are people that are in very, very high places that they're not gonna play. You know what I'm saying? These companies are connected to these trillionaire, billionaire dudes and entities that they're just gonna whatever it takes to get rid of the problem. So instead of wasting people's time, instead of playing with people's money, instead of playing with people's lives, be a good person. You know, that's the best way to put it. Be a good person or find out. Be a good person or else. So I think this is a very teachable moment. This is a very much so like, and again, this seems like a more deeper rooted problem. This seems more like it based on what this person said and how they used to be a paying customer, and then they went basically rogue after a certain point. Like, addiction is probably an aspect of this that they don't want to admit, because, you know, Japan, they try to play it up like, no, we don't got none of that type of stuff. Yeah, you do. Like, let's just be honest here. Let's keep it real. Let's be authentic. Yeah, there's addiction problems in Japan too, and this person's addiction was clearly essentially shopping. Shopping was their addiction, and they took it overboard. And this is why you got to make sure to manage yourself properly, be responsible, understand how to utilize money, because at one given point this person wasn't like this. At one given point this person seemed like they were a genuine, honest person, and then they went rogue. And as somebody that, not in this type of scenario, but you know, everybody goes rogue once in a while, I will say that, you know, better to just be a good person. You know what I'm saying? Good people only. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think that Shonen Jump is bugging out? Shonen Jump is going over the top when it comes to targeting this person that's been essentially wasting their time, their money, their resources, their mental capacities of dealing with the chicanery that this person has been up to? And do you think maybe a correction of behavior and apology would be enough to suffice to allow this person to go on with themselves? Like, let me know your thoughts and your take on this story. I ain't gonna lie, I found this story to be like, I can't believe this is happening right now. What the heck? You do the crime, you do the time. You got the judge, he got the line, he got the hammer, he got the gavel. He ain't came here to gavel, dib and dabble. He came here to do his thing. You try to play with Shonen Jump, you about to see what they mean, cause they kinda mean. Understand, coming for that cash. Ain't no green, give it plastic paper. Understand, they ain't come to chase you. They gonna take you down. Matter of fact, you gonna see, they gonna be like, see you later. No Kochi Kami, don't call the cops. They about to come get you. You about to get dropped. They like, stop. Somebody call the dogs off. We headed to the top. Yo, maybe I should start freestyle rapping more often in between stories, something like that. Cause that was I. But let's mosey on over to the next story, shall we? Because we got a big update on the story regarding the author of My Hero Academia and his new manga, Don't Laugh, Shijima. It's a horror story, and I want to say right here before we get into it, and the reason why I've been covering this so much is, once again, this is a very, very big deal. The creator of one of the largest stories of all time, My Hero Academia, 100 million plus sold. Like, there's no going around it. One of the largest selling, one of the biggest manga of all time, one of the biggest anime out there, whatnot. His new work, this is something that not only I want to talk about while it's in the news cycle, because I do think the chapter officially drops this weekend coming up, or this weekend that we're heading into right now. But yeah, going to cover it here on the channel. I'm back and forth between whether or not I'm going to give it to everybody, or I might just spoil my members only some more, because in case you don't know, we got the members only system going very, very smoothly thus far. We already did the review of the latest Black Clover epilogue chapter. We got the 2 Fairy Tail Re Fantasia chapter reviews. Like, yo, I'm spoiling my members only. I know some of y'all like, oh, but come on, Fornev, we missed the reviews. I gave y'all Demon Slayer, okay? I gave y'all Demon Slayer for everybody, but my members only, they gotta get, you know, a little special treatment. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. If you want, come over to members only. We got you covered. You're gonna get all sorts of stuff, because I'm having so much fun over there bringing the content that it feels like the old days of, like, making what I want to make, not worrying about the views, and having a great time. It's like, yo, this gives me a perfect chance to, whether when I catch up to Kagurabachi, you might get the reviews over there. Whether I catch up to Ultimate Exorcist Kyoshi, you might get the reviews over there. Whether I watch some obscure anime, or maybe some anime episodes, you might get the reviews over there. We're doing all sorts of stuff with the members only. I encourage you to go over there, because I'm not sure, again, because this one is a pretty big deal, and I don't want to just completely limit this one, because this is very exciting times with this Don't Laugh Shijima-san. But we got insight and information from the creator of My Hero Academia, Kohei Horikoshi, about this whole thing. Let's just start jumping into all the news stories I got for you regarding this stuff. My Hero Academia reveals new details about upcoming horror story. Kohei Horikoshi had some serious time on his hands following the conclusion of My Hero Academia. With the shonen superhero manga releasing its final chapter in 2024, the manga artist took a bigger part in aiding Studio Bones and wrapping up the anime adaptation. Now that the TV series has also finished its story, Horikoshi is focusing on a passion project that he has been teasing for some time. Don't Laugh Shijima-san will be a special one-shot arriving in the pages of Weekly Shonen Jump, focusing on horror elements as new details for the chapter have landed. I don't know why I wanted to say horror. Alongside releasing new art from Kohei Horikoshi focusing on the female protagonist of the series, larger than life, as she laughs beside a modern city, Shueisha has released a new description for the one-shot. As Shonen Jump describes, Don't Laugh Shijima-San, the girl is confirmed to be Moku-san and is seemingly harboring a terrifying secret. Does Moku-san, who is always smiling, have a secret? A boy meets girl horror story. The special one-shot will land in the pages of Weekly Shonen Jump next week, August 10th. So yeah, we're going to be getting it. And again, this is something, expectations for myself are through the roof. Might have to review this. I'm definitely reviewing it. Again, it's just whether or not everybody's getting it or my members only. And I'm not trying to plug my, I'm just being honest with you guys. We'll see. Y'all let me know. If enough people say, yo, please drop that review for everybody for Nev, I'll do it. If my members is like, nah, man, come on, bro, I'll do it for that. We'll see. For years, Kohei has hinted at his desire to venture into the spooky side of entertainment. So this is a chapter that is sure to be a big one for Shueisha. You can check out the new art below, which I haven't spoken on the art yet. It's a blonde dude and a chick that kind of has like a Uraraka looking face per se, but like a totally different hairstyle. Her hairstyle, I'm not gonna lie, kind of reminds me of, what's Shorty's name, the new main protagonist for part 2 of Chainsaw Man. Just a hairstyle, or maybe even like a black haired Makima hairstyle, so something in that ballpark, but we're not gonna go that far of saying like that's the type of character this is. And a blonde dude on like a bike or a motorcycle or something like that. Either way, art looks good. It doesn't look really like, you can tell it's Kohei's art style, but it doesn't look My Hero Academia-esque at all, which is great because again, this isn't, you know, My Hero Academia is legitimately like sunlight, so to speak, of the positivity and everything that it influences. If this is supposed to be like a horror story, then it probably should be in a different direction. So the art style is reflecting that it's not your typical Kohei Horikoshi. While these new details do give us a better idea of what Kohei Horikoshi is up to with his upcoming horror story, there are still plenty of questions surrounding the one-shot, one of which is whether the story will actually take place in the universe of UA Academy and Class 1A. It better not. That would be silly. Horikoshi may be planning to create a spooky story that takes place in My Hero Academia's universe, using heroes and villains to weave a campfire tale for the ages. However, nothing has been confirmed as of yet, and it is also equally possible that this horror story takes place in an entirely different universe. I ain't gonna lie, don't. That right there like takes me out immediately. The minute I hear like this is a campfire story from My Hero Academia, I'm not even that interested anymore. Please let this be something totally different. Please go ahead. I get the temptation to bring it in because then you could say it's a My Hero story. Please don't keep this by itself. Keep it its own thing. We don't need that. Yeah. And then looking at the art of the girl, she's like, and again, from my understanding, she's not actually like a giant character or anything like that. It's just the art. But this looks fantastic. She's laying there in the middle of the city, laughing. It looks like Kohei Horikoshi's cooking. And then we got some insight from him himself. Kohei Horikoshi's author profile for his new one-shot mentions Akira, History, and Berserk as his favorite manga series. A message by him. I'm so glad I was able to focus and stick to Jump. I tried out a bunch of different things I wanted to experiment with. I hope you enjoy it. And again, the main premise of what they're promoting this and describing it as, does Moku-san, who's always smiling, have a secret? A boy meets girl horror story. Very much so excited about this one. Very much so think that this is going to be something major. Looking forward to it. And if it's successful enough, maybe it'll be like a weekly serialized thing, but we will have to wait and see. Regardless of what, don't laugh, Shijima-san. Also, for again, people that are subscribed to this channel, do you want me to do the review? If not, my members are getting it regardless, but maybe everybody could get it too. Let me know. All right, so you Bleach loving sacks of, I'm just playing, relax. Yes, people, more Bleach stories in this world. In case you don't know, as of the recording of today, and more than likely, unless something transpires that takes my attention, the release of this video today is the 25th anniversary of the Bleach. Is it, I want to say the manga's 2001 and the anime 2004, I think. Why am I randomly thinking about DVD box sets of the Mount arc? I don't know, but yeah. Either way, it's the 25th anniversary of Bleach, and to be honest with you, I'm very surprised. I thought today we would have got the big announcement, and there's still time. I could be editing this thing or recording this thing, and then voila, the news slaps. Kubo just comes on the screen looking all, you know, swagadelic and say, Bleach no manga ga kaite kitto yo. Matane. Like we could be seeing that soon, who knows? But this is so far what was announced regarding the big anniversary of Bleach, and I do think that more is going to come because, bro, Bleach is one of the big three. One of the last generations that really just revolutionized anime and manga. Yeah, there gotta be, you know what I'm saying, big announcements for this thing. Like, you can't just sweep a 25th anniversary under the rug for one of the most successful series, one of the biggest pioneers of all time. One of the things right now that is holding up everyone's, you know, giving, shall I say, everyone attention with the 1,000-Year Blood War. Let's read. Bleach is celebrating a major anniversary by teasing several new projects. Bleach is back for one last anime foray with the latest season of 1,000-Year Blood War, with the fight between Ichigo Kurosaki and Yuhabaha set to come to a close this year. While the final chapter of Studio Pierrot's anime is worthy of celebration, the Supernatural Shonen series has another big event to honor this year. 2026 will mark the 25th anniversary of the manga's arrival on the pages of Weekly Shonen Jump, as Tite Kubo property is preparing to honor the Soul Society in more ways than one for the remainder of the year. To help celebrate the 25th anniversary of Bleach's manga arrival, which is officially taking place later this week on August 7th. It is August 7th. The Shonen franchise has something big in the works, one of which is a new art book, Bleach Jet. So you're gonna get some new Bleach art. That's dope. It's about time. Which will include new drawings that highlights the origins of Soul Reapers and their various villains throughout the series. In 2027, the anime adaptation will house a Bleach exhibition in Japan. So 2027, you're getting more Bleach, offering anime fans the opportunity to see some of the classic artwork from the franchise for the first time. On top of these upcoming events, Bleach is also set to release this one is a big one, a sequel to the wild spin-off Don't Bleach My Fist, which is a light novel that reimagines Tite Kubo's universe as a high school drama without the supernatural aspects. It's a great time to be a Bleach fan, even if the Blood War is coming to an end. And yeah, the Don't Bleach My Fist sequel is probably the biggest thing so far. And to be honest with you, if they're doing a celebration now, an anniversary celebration, I gotta imagine that they got something bigger in store. There's just no way for the 25th anniversary is like, yeah, we're doing an exhibition, our exhibition that is only exclusive to the Japanese next year, despite Bleach being a very, very successful thing worldwide. And we're, putting out a sequel spin-off of a reimagination of Bleach light novel. There's no way. There's no way. Also, for the people that were downing Bleach and saying like, yo, dog, the light novel didn't, it's just a light novel. They're doing a sequel. They're doing a sequel because it was successful. They're doing a sequel because they know Bleach prints money. Stop playing with Tite Kubo's name. Stop playing with Tite Kubo, okay? And yeah, now's as good a time as any. Like, from here on out, any day now would be a great time to announce Bleach manga returning with the Hell Arc sequel. If they're doing that, if the rumors are true, and Weekly Shonen Jump is about to get something like they've never had before, with Bleach returning to Weekly Shonen Jump, any time now would be a great time to announce it. Just gonna throw that in there. And there's a part of me that does really think that this is happening. Moving forward, Solo Leveling fans, it's been too long since I talked about Solo Leveling. I want to talk about Solo Leveling, so we're going to talk about Solo Leveling returns with a new story ahead of new movie. We kind of spoke about this a while back, that there was a game that was coming out with a story and whatnot. Well, we got some insight. Solo Leveling fans continue to wait for more updates on the highly anticipated film, which will continue Jinwoo's epic journey. It's been more than a year since the second season of the anime reached its conclusion, and the story will only get more intense from here on out. While the anime is making fans wait longer than expected, the official spin-off series, Solo Leveling Ragnarok, continues its indefinite hiatus. The manhwa went on a hiatus in January this year following the artist's enlistment in mandatory military service, which I always think that that's wild that they do that. Like, respect to everybody's culture or whatnot, but the Koreans, they got their own type of thing that is like, bro, they be doing that to the K-pop idols. They be like, yo, dog, we understand you a quadrillion, successful dude. You going to the army, you going to the Navy, you going to the military, like, sheesh. Which typically lasts for 18 to 21 months. With the shortage of new content for fans, Solo Leveling Arise is the only medium that keeps returning with new stories. Developed by the popular gaming company Netmarble, it's a free-to-play game available for Android, iOS, and PC with a gacha monetization system. And I'll be honest, this is one game that when eventually, because do have plans to get a gaming channel back up and running, this is a game that I would like to play. Like, this just sounds so fire. Anybody, like, yo, dog, a gaming channel would be so much fun to do when I think about it. Like, yo, all the mobile games, all you gotta do is just literally screen record you playing a mobile game and having a good time. Like, it's that simple to get a gaming channel started if that's something you're passionate about. Like, and this is right here a prime example of you can do that. Just play Solo Leveling Arise, put screen record on your phone. I think some phones have it where you can record yourself as well, like a little camera of you, and you got a gaming channel going. It's that simple. I feel like that dude from the old college commercials, like when he was like promoting going to, what was it, Everest, where he's like, what are you waiting for? You're sitting on the couch. This game includes playable canon and original characters set in the same world as the main story, as they combat new threats after the appearance of the gates. The official website of Solo Leveling Arise has a dedicated page for Hunter Origin one-shots, with each update following the game's characters, including those from the original story and those introduced in Arise. The website released a new one-shot recently following Sung Jin-woo, the most powerful character in the main story. This one-shot looks back at how Jin-woo almost died in the double dungeon at the beginning of the story, and the system helped him out. The manhwa looks back at his journey as he slowly becomes stronger, However, we see glimpses of his biggest battles, including the one on Jeju Island, as the one-shot draws near its conclusion, and exhausted Jinwoo stands in front of Ashbourne. Having done everything he can to become more powerful and fighting countless battles, it's evident that arduous journey took a heavy toll on him. As the two Shadow Monarchs meet, the story ends with one of them saying, "Arise," although it doesn't reveal who said it. And in my book, more solo leveling it's good. I ain't gonna lie, give me more solo leveling. And the movie, once again, I'm gonna say, I think that it has the potential. If there's anything outside of Demon Slayer that has the potential to do something like Demon Slayer, it is solo leveling right now. Like, make no mistake about it, I'm just gonna be honest, solo leveling is one of the only series out there right now that I could truly see that this anime film, if it's done correctly, marketed correctly, it could compete with Demon Slayer. So laugh for this one. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people have an awesome day. Remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. And you guys just watched another episode of Fornever News. Peace in, and yeah, you watched another episode of Fornever News with your boy. You was here with me. It was like over, quite a bit. I was gonna say over half an hour, but after I edit this thing, it'd probably be some 24, 26 minutes, somewhere around there. But you were with me for a decent amount of time, huh? You love me, don't you? Come on, you love me. Have an awesome day. And with that being said, forget about a race, running at my own pace. Cause when I see your face, it takes me to another place. Every time I think about you, and when I see your face, it takes me to another place. Every time I think about you, takes me to another state. It takes me to another place. Everything I need and I wanna see it. It takes me to another place. Wanna see it, girl, please believe